I was placed in an emergency exit row seat. Do you guys ever feel that the weight and that everyone on that plane is looking at you and like their lives? If like the plane, hypothetically, plane goes down, you're in charge. You and every single other person on that row is in charge of everyone's life. Does that ever give you like a sense of like nervousness? Do you guys ever feel like a little weary, like, oh shit, what if the plane does go down and I'm actually in charge of this, rather than just getting the extra leg room? I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts around this.
Um,
I mean, for me, if I get be lucky enough to sit in the exit row, I mean, I'm pretty much just throwing in the headphones, and if they look at me, I'll be like, "Yeah, I got you." And then, when worst comes to worst, and the plane comes down, it's every man for themselves, every woman and man or woman for themselves. I mean, legitimately. I mean, come on. Sorry, selfish, but hey, I don't know.
So when you take that oath, when they want a verbal confirmation, you take that oath. Yes, I'm willing to help people out. That's all a lie to you.
Pretty much. I mean, then as they're still giving the demonstration, I'll probably put my earbuds in, close my eyes, and it'll be, hopefully smooth sailing from there. But
Hope I never am on a plane with you when it goes down.
yeah, it is a selfish move for sure. But it is what it is. All right, folks.
I also visualize like what I would do, but full on knowing that I likely wouldn't even make it past the first step to like open the emergency exit because I haven't been paying attention. So I have realistic expectations, but I too am typically putting the headphones and dozing off right as the announcements start going.
I think if I survive, obviously you're going to be praying, but like if the plane stops, you're on the ground, like you're in the middle of a field, and everybody's like, okay, the amount of adrenaline going through my body is going to be like a kickoff on NFL Sunday. Nobody's stopping me. That door is jammed, not going to be jammed anymore. We're all getting off the boat, or excuse me, the plane, not the boat. But
What if instead of a field now? What if you're landing in the Hudson?
Then I guess we're gonna have to find a boat. That's what we're gonna have to do. Yep.
Same adrenaline though. Like I'm ready. Like it's go time.
Yeah, I think if I'm in water, I'm gonna be much more terrified because that just treading water, that's gonna be difficult.
You have a life jacket that you do have under your seat.
Got your floaties.
True. I've never checked for the life jacket.
I haven't either. They might not be there, but
that could just be a complete myth. Like everybody, you got life jackets, and like you landed in the Hudson. That was never a thing. Like we just told you.
Well, to be fair, they did have life jackets when they landed in the Hudson.
See, I didn't know that. See, I learned something. But I've never checked, so I would probably have to take about.
I haven't either.
10 to 15 seconds to figure out where it is. Which right there, you're already like times of the essence. And then I like to sit window. So if I'm sitting window, I can't just like hurdle over the armchair, like in front of me and try to get out. So you got to be in like single file line because once you start doing that, somebody gets tripped up, then everybody's stopped.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if you're in the Hudson like scenario or whatever, like, kind of going off what I'm saying about like just getting out, like you're kind of a nuisance if you kind of stay in there. Like, what do you do? Like, I don't even know what you do. Do you like stand on the wing? Like, I don't know what the protocol is there.
It's kind of like a football gang tackle where you're kind of like pushing people, like get moving, So nobody's holding you up. Like if grandma's taking her time,
start shoving everybody.
Right.
I think I'm beelining to the Biscoff bars, hoarding them, and then I'm gonna be kind of running the show on the deserted island by handing out the food supply.
Dude, yeah.
Another thing that came to mind as well is when to strike up a conversation at the airport. Because I'm a friendly guy. I'm a friendly face, I like to think. However, my flight this morning was at 5 a.m. I get to the airport at 3:30 in the parking lot. I then get on the tram from the economy lodge, the economy parking, to then go to the terminal. Last seat on the bus. I sit down, tell the lady, hey, I'm flying X airline. Guy sits next to me, 3:30 in the morning, strikes up a conversation, says, I'm flying Southwest because I'm too poor to fly any other airline. It's 3:30 in the morning. I don't even know how to respond to that. Hey, man, I like Southwest. I was loyal to Southwest.
Yeah.
I don't think it has anything to do with money. It's a quality airline. And then continues to strike up a conversation and talk to me till we get to the terminal at 3:30 in the morning. I understand trying to be friends. Maybe you're lonely and maybe you're new to the city and you just want to meet someone new. 3:30 on the way to the terminal in the economy bus is not the place to do it. So if that guy's listening, maybe another time. More than happy to get drinks.
Also, can we
Today's
talk
not the
about
day.
Southwest is no more expensive than Delta as most times? Like they're not really like it's
They're all
not.
the same.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're paying for bags, I guess. But like, I don't know.
And for people who are taller, at least in my opinion, Southwest has the nicest seats because they actually like extend high enough where you could like lean your head back. All the other ones, like you can't really lean your head back because you're too tall or your shoulders are too broad. So like you're just basically just like touching shoulders with everybody the whole flight. So just my 2 cents. I like Southwest.
3:30 is way too early to start talking about anything though. Like unless you're traveling with somebody, and even at that, like if I was traveling with Bo and it was 3:30 in the morning, I don't know. We might not be talking till we touch down and wherever we're going.
We know what we got to do. We got to go through TSA. We're just going to go sit down. There's not much that needs to be said. Everybody understands what's going on.
Yeah.
I did want to throw one thing out there with the airport. I think the most annoying thing for me, people who are listening to podcast music full blast without any earphones, and it's just like on full on display for everybody. I think automatically jail and like banned from flying.
Yep.
I don't know how you can be that inconsiderate, but that's up there for maybe top 3 pet peeves at the airport.
Hammurabi's code should exist for airport inconveniences. I truly believe that.
Well, I mean, that's what I can completely understand. I think the other red flag, in my opinion, is like if somebody's trying to cut you off in line, especially at Southwest, like, you know how you get like all the numbers and people are like, oh, excuse me. Like people, we're all sitting on this plane in the next 10 minutes. Like whether you're the seat in front of me or vice versa, like, no, it's not that big of a deal.
Same, like,
Especially when they try to cut through or like you're in a line.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
You don't have to be actually like, oh, I'm, A25. Hey, are you A26? And are you like, come on, we're in the group. It's going to be all right. You're going to get an aisle seat. You're probably all right if you're whatever group. But yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. Thank you guys for listening to episode 1 of Coleman's Caravans. We'll be back for more next week. We got the flight home.
Who knows? The fine folks of Worcester.
We got a connector. Be on the lookout for more stories, tidbits, information throughout the travels.